everybody, welcome to another episode of Richie's Rainbow Ride. So it's been a few days since I've recorded. I've been kind of going through some stuff, and we're just going to talk about sacral star chakras. So lots of new energies are coming in. I've been talking about it for a while. I know the quantum tarot read, I have to get on that. I was reminded about that this morning, but my root stuff is done, cleared a lot of other stuff, and then all of a sudden my sacral, I was in a meditation and my hubs, they were just like, whatever chakra opens up, you need to focus on. So sacral opened up, like it had a whole doorway and everything, and it just opened and then lit, and I was just like, oh, okay, my sacral. And I've never really thought about the sacral. I've thought about every other chakra that is, you know, not the main focal chakra, is the star chakra. And so I want to just say the crown chakra too, but like we already know about the crown chakra, but it's more like the galactic crown chakra, just more expansion. And I've been getting coded and downloaded into star chakras and the infinite chakras. So, and they're starting to merge. The sacral, I've always just kind of been like whatever about. And then all of a sudden that happened, and I'm like, well, what do I do with that? And I started to really go into it, and I'm just like, okay. So I've done a little Google research, and I'm like, okay, it's sexual, blah, 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 blah. We already know about the sacral, and if you don't know about it, really, it's a form of them being able to create a sense of division. Think masculine, feminine, male, female, straight, gay. Excuse me, I'm clearing, so I'm doing a lot of burping, everybody. So, got cut off. We're going to just merge this together. Like I was saying, creates diversity, creates separation, creates a sense of lack. Oh, thanks, guys. And I actually started to notice about 3 days ago, somebody has come into my spectrum and is just all embracing of everything about me, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I was just like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Well, apparently it's also where I had, past tense, a massive root cord. And I couldn't figure out where this cord was that this very particular person, very close, and this goes back to, you have to leave them behind, okay? I couldn't understand it until this came up. And this one particular energy, when I made my leap of faith, was trying to get me to stay, and has always gotten in the way, and I was choosing to allow it. Now I'm wise to it. So I see this thing, and yesterday I'm working in one of my spaces, and I'm just like, yo, what is going on? The last 3 weeks, something's up in this room. What is happening? What is happening? Well, listened. They're like, you need to go inside and talk to the thunder god inside and ask him to come outside and help you. This is not about you. Because I'm always like, oh, it's my stuff. Let me leave it alone. Let me work on it. And they're like, this is not your shit. Go inside. Go inside, comes out, he does his amazingness in the space. As soon as he started it, I was like, whoop. He's like, you feel that? I'm like, dude, I am so grateful right now. So did what we needed to do in that room, and then I was able to see where this came from, and I was able to also see the intention energy that was being thrown on top of it. So when something is in your environment and you don't realize it, it seeps and it seeps and it seeps and it seeps, and then eventually, as you're doing your work, you'll vibrate above and you'll be like, hey, this isn't me. So we went through the whole conversation. Is it this? Is it that? I'm like, no, I'm telling you. And then we got that confirmation. And then my hopes were like, we're going to land blast that room now. So I went into the room and I did what I needed to. And it brought up this massive root cord that we discovered last night was there. So, oh, beautiful butterfly, swallowtail butterfly. They're like monstrous like things. I think did I put them on here? I think I put them on here. Or was that on my Instagram? I can't really remember. But anyway, I digress. So I saw it, and he started to look. Now, I've been going in and up, but this was a moment where my hops were like, yo, you gotta go and you gotta ask. You need some guidance on this one. And I'm like, all right. So he was starting to see, and he was getting his download on things to work with, and everything he was saying to work with, I already had. I just needed to buy some candles to move things through. And then telling me about what I can do energetically. So of course, you know me, I'm like, yeah, I ain't got time for this shit. Like, if this is coming up now and I'm moving and I'm stepping into this I'm in this new timeline, and this is it. And I've been crying on and off, but like light crying. It's so weird. It's like, and then I'm like, and then I'm like, and then I'm like, that's the dissolution of a timeline as you're moving into your next path, moving onto your next path. You're stepping up. We're stepping up. When you're choosing to step up, it's behind. There are people that get left behind, and they can be very close people. Very, very, very close. So I go home last night. I do my thing, candles, pass the fuck out. They did galactic light surgery on me. I've done a lot of self-healing. They've done a lot of work on me. This is the first time I actually saw shit coming out, and I'm like, what the hell? Because it's layers on top of layers on top of layers on top of layers. This particular energy was never happy with me being fabulous and gay and my sexual identity, and I didn't even know about sexual identity until it was starting to be brought into my field. So there was just layers on top of layers on top of layers, programming from Catholicism, layers on top of layers on top of layers, and picking boyfriends, and then this, and then picking friends, and then this, and then this. So all this stuff just started coming out. So I'm in the gym this morning. It's 1:11 on my car clock, guys. I'm in the gym this morning and I'm working out, and I'm like, all right, guys, let's download me on sacral chakra workouts. And I'm like, oh, and I dance, and I love to dance, but I always noticed that when I would dance, if I got really sexy, I would pull back and stop. And I'm like, why do I feel that? Well, there's a time in my childhood where I was doing Paula Abdul's choreography to Straight Up Now Tell Me, and somebody came in related to this energy who's always been trying to dilute my sexual energy creation of divine power, which is a part of my path, and I'm seeing it like hardcore now. Spit all over it. And when you're a child and you're expanding, that's traumatic. I don't care, they thick skin, blah, blah, blah. When you're open-hearted and you're beaming and you're running your chakra system, and those of us that come in here running that chakra system wide open, right in. So I'm in the gym and I'm dancing, and I'm like, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep doing this? And then I started to notice that I slouch. Now, I slouch, okay? Slouching is to protect that sacral, all right? Then I saw an Instagram video from a year ago where I was in the gym and I was moving into dancing and recording and putting it out there just to inspire people, inspire myself, you know, lead by example, way shower, front walker, guardian, like I always talk about. And I noticed that I kept doing this with my hand while I'm dancing. And I'm like, yo, I didn't realize I was intuitively protecting myself, because where I was last year is not where I am now. It's actually almost 2 years ago, come to think of it. And I'm just like, holy crap, I've been protecting that. So now I'm in the gym and they start saying, my hups are like, you need to sit up straight. And I'm like, okay. And then I started to notice that in my sacral area, I have a lot of bloat. And that's because it's purging and it's buildup. It's energetical buildup. So now I'm rubbing it like I'm about to give birth, because I went through a healing session about a year ago where I legit gave birth to an alien baby. And the person that was working on me was like, holy shit, you just gave birth. I'm like, baby, it was a freaking alien baby. And I purged that. This is now residue coming through, making space for the star chakra activation. So let's get back to sacral energy. Whatever your path is correlating to sexual divine energy is your path. Those of you out there that are getting the call to tap into that sexual divine energy for creation, for healing, go with that. What one person's viewpoint is indicative of their journey. What you're getting, focus on that. Trust how it feels. I have had Jesus show up, Jesus. I have had Isis show up and tell me very specific things. And I was like, whoa. And then one of my girlfriends, I read the Mary Magdalene Chronicles or something along those lines. And in there, it confirmed everything that they were sharing with me. And I was just like, okay, legit, shit just got real, or realer. And I'm like, I gotta just trust this. There is beauty in all what we are intentionally creating. It doesn't matter how you're creating it. It's about your intentions. They are just tools. The human vessel, body, computer system is built to create. and different aspects of us create. And when it's all in alignment, it is massive, instant creation. Okay. I have to talk about what correlates to the sacral chakra. I have to share it this way. This is indicative of what my path was like. Depression, division, denial, sadness, feeling inconsequential, thinking there was something wrong with myself, self-love, sexual identity, which is just a label. That's just a label. I didn't come in here going, I'm gay, straight. I came here, I'm fabulous. I'm gonna have a good old time. Also, what can get stored in there is anger. Anger and self-judgment. Again, speaking from my path, this is going to resonate with some of you out there. And this is why I kept clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing. What's going on? Because this is what was in there. I took everybody else's projections, program, and then kept building those same relationships throughout my experience before my awakening that were just, what's the word? Doing the same recalibration to my codex system. Really? Okay, I totally know what that means. Even down to after my awakening, correlating to people pleasing. Well, they don't like me, so why should I like me? So let me do this so he'll like me. And then getting removed anyway. And it's like, yo, what up? You learn. If you like leather, seriously, we're gonna just go with it. If you like whips and chains, embrace it. It's a part of being your fabulous divine diva energy. If you like Mother Goose books, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is creation energy, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's time to purge this out. Okay. Seriously, I gotta just talk about the word sex magic, and I'm just moving through this. It is what it is. This is the stuff that keeps coming through. Sex magic, all of this stuff. It's all. Choose to not be so small about it. Choose to not be so small about it. Think bigger. If there's a judgment, why is there judgment? If it doesn't resonate, amazing. But check why it's not resonating. Ask, why isn't that resonating? Is it because we're from a different star system, a different point of origination, a different birth point? Just check. And you'll see sometimes underneath all of that, it's like, oh crap. I've been down that road, so I get it. Go in, check in. What is this? What's happening here? And then go from there. Also, not for me, for you guys, the sacral, digestion issues. Massive, massive, massive. It creates this massive voided space. So if you're having gastro issues and you're having an issue moving things through, carnelian, rose quartz, citrine, what else? I'm getting black jasper. I'm going to just leave that there. So we're definitely going to focus on the jasper. Sitting on your sacral for a half an hour to an hour, 3 to 4 times a week, with the intention energy charged into them to help you move that stuff through. It's just gook. It's build up. It's energetical build up. And you'll see things will start to deflate. Things will start to deflate. Things will start to deflate. So if you're in this process of working on your sexuality, your divine sexual energies, always make sure to just keep this shielded while you're doing that. Because as you're clearing it, you want to make sure that it stays protected and put your light codes in it. If you don't know how to do that, ask for higher guidance to help you. If you're not in communication just yet with your higher guidance, just state to the universe, please bring me somebody who can help me with my sacral chakra, and allow them to give you healing. I have to talk about Sister Isis really fast. So I've spoken a lot. I did not know if we're going to do an activation or not, but she showed up with me at the gym, and I was just like, thank you. Sania niania mo asiata, sashatia sopa aisha, mut usayotu shapo osoyotu sosha, nit ayata sapo asia, musita sosyoto sotyoso, sotyo, susyoso sopo osoyoto sato shoto so, mis ayata sasha, soshapia soshiza, zenia sato sato so, bushario, hasayata satyoso, mus ayata sahasiyatu sukoshario tusu, mus dayasata shata kasama asa, siriyata satyaso, satya, mus kusuhyati sayata sucho socho puso, sayanama ayini, sucha satya sa, saya, sut moa ninania, bu ayata, shoko. Okay. Total Mother Isis, that's how I'm to say it, and sister, but Mother Isis for you guys. Sacred fire, sacred phoenix flame coming in, helping you guys with this energy, opening up the pathway for communication with her as she can help you move through this stuff. For some of you, bringing through more wisdoms of the ancients, and for some of you, she's there to help you understand the concept of timelines and collapsing them and folding them and moving them through. So, are we good? Golden, it's a falcon. Golden falcons with yellow. Think Firebird, but like, not so defined is what I'm getting. Just trust when you see what comes through. All right, I love you guys. So grateful for you. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and just keep expanding and trusting. Trust me, I understand the whole trust thing. Trust. I love you guys.